everybody, it's your girl Lamry Theresa, and I'm back with another video. So today's video is going to be a little different because I would like to talk about a current event going on today. If you haven't heard, there is a family called the Jackson family. Rodney and Tamicia Jackson are from my hometown, DeSoto, Texas, and they unlawfully had their newborn daughter Mila seized from their home. Let me tell you the beginning of the story. They had a at-home birth with a midwife present, and if you're not aware, midwives are medically certified to care for pregnant women, deliver babies, and also help them after birth or during postpartum. So the Jackson family with their midwife delivered Mila at home, no problem. And about 3 days later, they took Mila into a local clinic, had her checked out, the standard routine neonatal appointment, and everything goes fine. However, in like a few days, a pediatrician contacts them. His name is Dr. Bott, Batt. I believe he's at Baylor Scott & White. Or at least that's what I found when I researched it. He contacted them saying that Mila was in general health fine. However, her bilirubin levels were outside of the normal range. They were a little bit higher than the normal range. And he advised them to come to a hospital, like admit her into a hospital so that she can get a simple treatment, which is called phototherapy, so that, it can take care of the condition. So if you're not aware, jaundice is the yellowing of the skin and the eye, and yellowing of the whites of the eyes, and that comes because there's too much bilirubin in the blood. Bilirubin is a compound that is released when red blood cells in your body are broken down, and all that happens in the liver. So if your liver is not fully developed or not functioning properly, one of the telltale signs is jaundice, which is the yellowing of the skin and the eyes, and that's because the bilirubin is built up. So you're breaking down your red blood cells. However, the liver can't process the bilirubin fast enough, so then it builds up in your body. So with babies, it's common, probably about 6 out of 10 babies will have jaundice, and that is coming from a statistic I found. I will link it in the description box below. Basically, in newborn babies, there is sometimes common for newborn babies to have jaundice, and that's because their livers aren't fully developed yet. I mean, they just got out the womb, right? However, in about 2 weeks' time, most of those cases are resolved. It's no problem, and the baby will be fine. There is a possibility that if a baby's bilirubin is too high, outside the normal range, that can be a problem because bilirubin can cross the blood-brain barrier, and it become an issue, as far as, having brain damage and things like that. So the doctor calling about Mila's levels being too high was valid, and the treatment for that is phototherapy, and that is valid too. The Jackson family, however, same treatment, phototherapy, but instead of them doing it at the hospital, they decided to do it at home with their midwife. Totally fine. Midwife is medically trained. Okay, cool. The doctor, that didn't sit well with the doctor, so the doctor contacted the family. From what the report said, I went to like 3 different websites, like WFAA and 2 more news stations. I think one was in New York and another one was in Chicago. The doctor was contacting them, and they had already said what they were going to do. But the doctor, instead of listening to the family, he decided to file a CPS report. And I quote, he said that the parents are very loving and they care dearly about their baby. Their distrust for medical care and guidance has led them to make a decision for the baby to refuse a simple treatment that can prevent brain damage. I authorize the support of CPS to help get this baby the care that was medically necessary and needed. That's where I want to make my first, that's one of the first issues with this report, because the doctor said that they refused a simple treatment. However, Tamicia Jackson had stated, and as she told WFAA and several other news stations, and she told the doctor this, she's not refusing the medical help. She's just refusing to do it at a medical hospital. She still got baby Mila that medical help, but it was at home, and it was with her midwife, who is medically certified to give that medical treatment. Okay? So, from there, CPS agreed, and in its own statement, CPS said, due to the parents being unwilling to discuss the danger and potential consequences of this condition, it is necessary for the department to intervene. The CPS letter listed concerns of possible stroke, brain damage, and other immediate dangers of the child. The DeSoto police officers, armed with a court order, helped CPS take Mila from the home on March 28th. Tamicia Jackson says that they unlawfully entered her home, and Tamicia made that statement on April 6th at the AFIA Center. So now, baby Mila is no longer with Tamicia Jackson or Rodney Jackson, which are her parents. She's in a foster home. And in the affidavit that they gave Tamicia and Rodney Jackson, the affidavit does not have the correct mother's name on it. It does not have Tamicia Jackson's name on it. It has a completely different woman who has a criminal history of child neglect. Tamicia Jackson has no criminal history, and her name is not on her own affidavit. So my second issue with this, they took baby Mila from a good home, and they gave Mila's parents an affidavit that doesn't even have her mother's name on it. It has somebody else's, some other woman's name who has a criminal history of child neglect. I didn't say that. WFAA.com said it, and I'll make sure I put the link in the description box below. In my opinion, you went to the wrong person's home. And in my opinion, clearly you went into the wrong person's home. You seized the wrong baby, and you need to give that baby back. So at this point, they are demanding that Mila be returned back to them. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. CPS can't explain why there is a different woman with a criminal history on the court documents. Baylor Scott and White sent WFAA a letter saying in respect to the patient's privacy, they cannot provide any more information with this matter. And the doctor has not commented either. So now Mila's being cared for by a foster family, but yeah, they won't even let Tamicia Jackson give Mila her breast milk. So what is Mila eating? How many times her diaper's getting changed? I have no idea. I pray that she is being taken care of, but on a report that I read, I forgot where I found it, but it said that Mila had a rash on her private areas. So honestly, like, that's signifying to me that her diaper's not getting changed enough, you know. And it's you're already as a parent, after having a newborn, you know, it's already nerve-wracking enough to make sure you're doing everything right. But now that this stressor has been inserted into the issue, I mean, come on. And it's also robbing Mila and her parents, Tamicia Jackson and Rodney Jackson, from having that intimate bonding time. That bonding time that happens after you deliver a baby. So, yeah, this is a serious issue. And this is unfortunately, one of the many examples of tearing down African American, African descent, and Black homes in America. This has got to stop. Mila was at home being cared for, being loved, and getting the medical treatment she needed. And here comes CPS and the police. Because the doctor has submitted some documents for them to seize her. Like the family did not refuse medical treatment. They just wanted to go a different route to get to the same medical treatment. You can either have it at the hospital or with a midwife at home, but it's the same phototherapy. So that's all the information that I have about this case. If you would like to help the Jackson family, you can definitely click the link to the AFIA Center. They have more information on the Jackson family. I believe they have a court date in 2 weeks, so we'll follow up. I will follow up with what happens with this family, and as soon as I find out what happens, I will let you know. Thank you for tuning in to this story through my channel. I really appreciate your support. If you like this type of content, go ahead and smash that like button, and if you want to see more, go ahead and leave a comment down below in the comment section. If you have any further information on this story, go ahead and drop a comment down in the comment section. I'm upset. I'm upset, and I'm a mom of 3. I'm married and I'm a mom of 3, so I wholeheartedly understand what it's like to have a newborn, but I don't know what it's like to have my family ripped apart by CPS. I can only imagine. Like, that is so awful. So I'll be praying for you guys. I definitely wanted to spread the word about the Jackson story, and continue to get it out to the public. And even though my following is small, albeit small, that doesn't matter. Like, I wanted to help them in sharing their story so we can continue to reach others, so that they can continue to hear about what's happening to the Jackson family and other families like this. If you know someone like this, definitely let me know, and we can band together so that we can get their word, spread the word out about them. We have to stick together. We have to stick together and make sure that we're there for each other and we get treated properly, so that these types of things can stop tearing down Black families. So yeah, if you have anything, if you want to support, go ahead and click the link to the Afia Center. Go ahead and support the Jackson family. If you know somebody else in a similar situation, go ahead and drop that information down in the comment below, and we'll spread the word, spread the story, continue to let their story be heard. If you like this type of content, if you want to see this type of content, go ahead and like, share, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to my page. And I'll see you guys in the next one. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. All right, take care.